Let's leave it at that.
Right, bro. Let's leave it at that. I like Gambit.
But NiP, like Overpass and Gambit, are not at 100% right now. But it was true also, Maui mentioned that Inter is having a hell of a day. And, you know, with the fact that they've arguably got like the best A site of any team in the world on the CT side.
Okay.
With Inter's over on the B site and him playing this well, it's, you know, just an overwhelming amount of problems and difficult situations for NiP to try to get through. So, yeah, I mean, NiP are playing well. They looked good on Vertigo. They made some very strange buying decisions towards the end to limit their chances to buy.
I didn't like that.
I mean, they literally could have won the map if they tried harder, I feel like. Not that it would have been free, but I mean, they just actually just threw it away at the end with the way that they spent their money. So that was a little bit strange, but NiP looked very good, and I don't really care even about the argument for a stand-in. As Maui said, he's played with them for so long at this point. They're clearly changing their map pool with phzy.
Yes.
So we're going to take them seriously, and I think they stand a chance because Gambit are not at 100%.
Well, we'll see. All right, it's now or never, basically. It's not for elimination, it's not for playoffs, but it is still just, you know, a nice opening chance to show us that NiP can truly compete. So we've got a lot of bodies stacked upon this A site. It's carnage, it's chaos.
What?
It's the ninjas in pajamas with still little HP on 2 of the 3 and a fast flank on the form of Hobbit. He's going to need to split this alongside Inters, but phzy pushes forward. Interesting. The rat. He gets behind them. And Inters is just trying to find contact. Inters about to get blindsided. phzy, nice one tap. And Hobbit, he's waited long enough to almost find hampus here. He will, in fact, connect that headshot and draw your eye to the HP of the 2 remaining Ts. He knows exactly where they are. And the bomb's not planted necessarily for them, at least not for that bank man. Hobbit, he gets on top of bomb. Nobody's going to take the bait just yet. phzy runs forward, gives him the frag, and now Hobbit with no kit needs to stick this 10-second defuse. He knows that's never going to happen, but at the very least, he'll take everybody with him. 2 guns, 4 frags, and a pistol round for NiP.
Yeah, actually a good amount of money with the 4 frags that he got. Doesn't keep the dualies, but that's something. But NiP win the round, kind of surprised. When that front side smoke came out from Gambit, it felt like NiP were going to lose to Axile, who was holding this very powerful angle off the corner of it with 3 teammates. But somehow NiP find a way out of this situation on low HP, but they'll take it, man. And you know, Gambit missed a ton of shots as well, so that's a round for them. And even if they just had the plant, that would have been a small win. Axel will buy up into a scout. He'll be rifling A site. That's what he's famous for. And between him and Shiro, again, I think they have kind of set the bar for how to play the bathrooms, how to play together with their teammate in the bathrooms, how to control A, and all the rotations on Overpass. Overpass.
Overpass. Axile not going to get the shot. Shiro tries to find the timing there.
Oh yeah, NIM4.
Just way too many things to shoot at. Oi! Nafany thinks he can be quicker than hampus, but hampus is a fast man.
Yeah, he's fast.
This is one player who I think is going to be an interesting, you know, twist for the NiP side. I've heard players describe... Actually, I can't even use those words on podcast. Because they're just rude. They're rude words. But essentially, you know, let's put it this way. Some players, when playing against hampus, feels like what he does is reflective of brain damage. Okay? Sometimes
that was the nicer version of what you were going to say?
That was the nicer way. Sometimes he flies up short B into your sight when you're not supposed to do things like that. You know, hampus is the kind of guy...
I'm going to ratio the guy who said this. I don't know who it was.
When you see it on I think, Vertigo A Rap, right? Where he just comes running in all of a sudden. And in that case, yes, Shiro catches him. Hampus is a guy who's just an X factor. He finds weird timings. He does weird things. And he makes plays around himself. That's why he's currently, for this year, the highest rated player on the Ninjas in Pajamas.
Whatever player said that's probably horse meat. There's nothing bad about the way hampus plays. He's definitely the best player on NiP, and it's because of his style too.
Let's say not bad, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't match up to the textbook, dude.
Yeah, it's
weird. He's a weird player.
He's not that weird though. He's like Nafany.
No,
he's a lot like Nafany.
Just saying, man. I heard a thing or two.
Yeah, well,
telling you what's going. I'm just telling you what I heard on the streets.
You know what? Protect that player and don't even release his name, because I don't even know. I don't know how you could. Without hampus, NiP have nothing. I mean, they would not stand out in any way. So that's I hate that, whoever that was.
You
Don't
hate
tell
it.
me who it was.
You hate
Don't
it.
even
Oh
tell
my
me.
God, you guys should
I don't
see
even want to know after.
You should see the fire in
When
this
the
guy's eyes.
broadcast is over, I'm not going to ask about it. I don't want to know.
Somebody call witness protection. What if I just made up this player and it's just my opinion?
That's what I'm going to tell myself right now.
No, don't. It wasn't me. Honestly, I like hampus.
Doesn't sound like it.
Hey, dude.
I'm just kidding, yeah. No, we love hampus. Hampus.
Yeah, that's the one.
Look at all these HEs.
Destined for the T side. Walk it back. Put out the fire. Whoa, that was cool. Gymnastics.
Little circus.
What can't Gambit do?
They have the same ideas. They're on wavelength.
Just clones.
Well, it is going to be B. I mean, we always see this setup, but how often do you see the round one with just the USPs and the HEs? This would be nuts if they timed it correctly, but short pressure first. And they can just as easily nade short if that's where the players are going to come from.
There's that
Oh,
backboard.
here we come.
Yeah, there's the backboard of the short wall. Come on now. And Inter starts it well enough, but the frags go too far, and the attack comes from short side instead. It's easy
that's a
tag,
tag.
easy tag, easy tag.
And Plopski with a
Bunch of assists.
Yeah, a bunch of assists. He was a part of everything there. That's a really nice round from Esatag. And 3 rounds. Damn, we don't see the nades do damage.
Dude, 3 kills for Esatag in the 3rd round. There's a 3 in his name.
Yeah.
He was meant for that moment.
Eco Cobras. Round 4. Everything has been purchased up, and NiP, have an arguably worse buy. We've got Shiro full strength with his AWP. Lots of nades here for Gambit. This is all they were looking for. This nades to catch the cross, and it does so. Perfect timing. phzy doesn't even want to continue, even though the nade's already done. He said, I just lost.
Look at Hobbit's concentration. Squinting as he hunts down these kills, but there's actually nobody around him except for through that short pipe. And just throwing flashbangs over on long A while the B players remain silent and still. Hampus is moving.
Oh!
And they walk right into Hobbit. 2 kills. Little mini spray down. Hampus loses his teammates, and now he's just stuck here with the bomb. Well done by Hobbit. I feel like they really gave him room to make that happen.
Yeah, they cleared it, and then they gave up, and that's when Hobbit showed up. Hampus still has the bomb outside B, and yeah, name of the game for him is going to be trying to find openings to walk in. 3-on-5, they're going to have to come up with something crazy so they can try to maybe fake with one and send another one back down the stairs, or just do what they can to try to get this bomb plant, but it's going to be hard to score rotations unless they get kills. And, well, they get a kill.
A presence.
Hampus is going to start walking out now, but it's a 2v4.
Oh my God, it's working.
Yeah, they've actually pulled out.
It's working.
Wow.
Completely open B bomb site.
Oh my God,
you
free
see
plant.
what I'm saying, man? It's weird. In the best of ways. And with Rez catching that kill on Hobbit, he actually has a chance to just go running right back down. They're going to create a 2v3 post-plant situation. Now, Rez has a single point of health, let's be real. A stiff breeze, and this guy's down for the count. And Hampus has just been relegated to the deepest of corners. So this could be an element of desperation. But desperation could mean success. The bomb halfway gone already. Hampus peeks out a bit too soon, and Napity's gonna nail him to the wall. But Rez, 1 health. 1 health, 2 kills.
They can't even get on it.
And he pulls it off.
No way.
Not only does Rez get that kill at the A site to sell the fake, he deals with Hobbit on the flank, and then 2 more in the post plant. That round brought to you by Rez.
That is ridiculous. Unbelievable. I can't believe that actually worked. They were able to score rotations in the 3-on-5. And they just could not believe that the bomb could still be outside B with 24 seconds left. And that makes sense. Tell me who that player was now.
Rez. R-E-Z.
That said that about Hampus.
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't know that's what you wanted. Who said that about Hampus? I'll never tell you.
Okay.
Now I'm afraid for them.
Should be.
That'll be my little secret. But I swear, it's not just me.
It's what?
It's not my idea. I didn't say it.
I actually didn't believe it, but now I didn't even think about that. But now it's like the only thing on my mind.
No. Trust me.
You sound very defensive right now.
You have to. What a play.
Brain damage, huh?
Not his words exactly.
Ooh!
Nice double nade. phzy and hampus. Little drone strike down on the B-bomb site. 5v4 off the back of it, and very little utility here for Gambit to hang on with. 5-0 start, maybe.
Yeah, that was almost a free round. NiP have so much to offer. Let's see, they're working the A site. Hobbit's going to kind of wait. Now, the rotations look really good from the CT perspective. I mean, they've overstacked on the A site. They don't have forward control, and NiP conversely have an option to watch stairs for as long as they'd like to. But they are starting to pull guard. See the exec come in. 30 seconds, they made their decision. They're going to move forward. You know, can't help but feel like even with players here, it looks a little weak on the site. Oh, but they use that Vomus pretty well. However, 2 kills come down.
Yeah, then Shiro's got a little bit more to give. Nothing else from behind the truck. Needs to be the Inter's clutch. And as Maui alluded to, he's been playing very well. Hit some solid flanks on Vertigo. But at this point, there's nobody to take attention away from him still. phzy looks away. Ooh, Inters with a second. He's got the head right ahead.
Oh my God.
phzy, who's been off to a great start with his 8-2, can just fall back and play bomb, but it's not even at the halfway point yet. No, Inters!
Yeah, right.
From the bank, he cashes out, wins the clutch for Gambit.
Oh man, they tossed that away. No way Inters pulls off a 1v3 like that. You know how easy it is to get Gambit to save? That's crazy. And he's had a hell of a day. That is a beautiful clutch. A rare one that, for Inters. I mean, just as a team, they don't, you know, go for situations this often unless it's some kind of post plant and their T side. Beautiful rifle work. Rez did not have to engage there. And if they both tucked, you know, phzy's forced to fight, but if they both tuck, then Inters isn't even going to attempt it. You know, he can't get behind the back of default, and they had no way to double peek. So phzy gets let down in that position by Rez. Oh, you don't want to give Gambit a little leverage.
No, you don't. Especially when you've already proven to outbrain him in a round. 1 versus 3, dude. Oh. That's a little bit of a lifeline. The defibrillator's charged. Gambit's still kicking. Still early days on the CT side. The money's not good for the defense. Don't forget about that, right? You win a round with a single player left. You could suddenly be facing a 5-1, 6-1 if NiP are able to really capitalize. But, ooh, Hobbit just turns his attention. phzy sneaks beyond. And as Hobbit comes back up, there's now 2 players inside of bathrooms. I mean, we've got to recognize it. NiP, they've found a good piece of timing. And if it's just phzy to now watch Connector on the flank, you're going to have 3 terrorists facing the bomb site. hampus, lucky that he missed the jump. He goes for a jump spot over top, then a grenade of all things. Okay, Axile's ready to go. Hobbit's going to be primed for the push, flanks and takes 2. It's Rez that needs to trade it, and suddenly it feels like the ninjas in pajamas are just so boxed in. Whether it's the connector play or Axile still successful down long, phzy and Rez with their work set out for them. 20 seconds on this clock. Axile, he's going to find a body phasing the smoke, and a second. Beauty of a round here from Axile. Shaves off hampus, comes to the bomb site to help bolster the defense, and it's all too easy for Gambit.
God damn, that's well done. And there's not even an op to support from far back in that position, so Axile really has to get all those kills by himself. And there is actually not enough money now for NiP, even though they were able to scrape by, I guess because that clutch attempt that came through sucked all their economy out. So they'll have to fall back on just pistols.
A single smoke. Nicely done by Hobbit. Easy pickups there. Good bit of teamwork as well. The spam had just come through the wall. You're thinking to yourself, nobody's going to peek close. But Hobbit has been quite unleashed in connector these last couple of rounds. 10-5 for the moment.
Yeah, we saw a real aggressive face from them on CT side of Ancient as well. And, you know, typically they just kind of give Axile some space, and you can't just hold passive angles inside of bathrooms. You are going to take peeks every once in a while, so you have to leave your star rifler to support the op in bathrooms at all times. Like, look at this open angle. It's an offie, but that's just the name of the game. There's basically plenty of good CT fights, and you kind of have to take them consistently throughout the round.
Ooh, nice, dude. Yo, tricked.
Well done.
That was a decoy,
Man, he's buying
right?
a lot of decoys.
Yeah, that was.
I almost turned away.
Just a little insult to injury. phzy's going to slip into the B site, but that's all Inter's wanted. Final frag dropped on top as Gambit will take their third.
And they're looking to just kind of cruise at some point, but NiP are making it quite difficult. I don't know if any op is going to be in play on this round for either team. Looks like 5 rifles for Gambit.
Yeah, Esatag definitely turned.
Oh, that's the second time.
Sucker.
He did that in cave, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who the hell buys decoys, dude?
Another solid grenade on the cross. It's interesting because, you know, typically you're going to molly it and force the smoke on the cross, but basically NiP are seeing it as an open invitation because the mollies aren't coming down, but the HE is doing more than the molly. The only difference is that they don't know for sure if NiP have gotten into the playground, and where they are on A, they're just comfortable giving up that information. In exchange, they keep an extra incendiary. You know, that's a very expensive piece of utility that for a long time people agreed should be thrown at the beginning of the round, every single round. And maybe it doesn't.
That's what we're seeing here. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, if you know, like Gambit, from what we've seen so far, they've got 2 almost 58 damage HEs on the cross. And to be honest, I've always kind of been confused about it because even with that info early on, there's so much more map control to work on. Even if they smoke the molly, it's not indicative that you know, it's going to turn into some kind of A-side play. But yeah, to not do it every round maybe makes sense. And to do it on some rounds where you want to overstack B, for example, and leave one guy on A, that's where it makes more sense to me, because if a team rushes B and they don't put that out, then you can just go ahead and rotate really quickly.
Right now, Nafany is looking to get ahead of this push. We've got 4 players coming at him. Nice grenade damage.
Huge.
Not just to open towards playground, but here at the entrance of bathroom as well. Axile knows there's pressure close to him, but he's not fighting one bit. His task was to hold back the bathroom's push, but he can't. It's clean entries from Esatag and Rez, despite the damage against them from utility. And a 2 versus 4 is what Gambit will be left to work with. Now, Hobbit's already got himself forward-facing. He slips over top and slips under the rug. At the hands of Rez, he's tucked away and enters as well. Just needs to save this. That's the Ninjas in Pajamas back to winning ways.
Damn.
A 5-3 lead on T-side.
Thought with that nade and peek from Nafany that was going to be an easier round, still maintaining outside of bathrooms control. But Rez has had some very sharp shots so far this T-side. Opened things up totally, and yeah, this leaves Inters to save. But already, I mean, this is a pretty solid half for NiP. A couple good rounds in here from Gambit, I'm sure. They're both concerned, but, you know, again, this is supposed to be the most dominant map, the comfort zone, Gambit's bread and butter. And it's not that they're playing badly, per se. They're just getting beaten, which is, you know, really good signs for NiP.
That one right there, Rez just shutting down Nafany as he tried to slide out.
Maybe they'll try to play a little bit more aggressively in the bathrooms next time. A couple of rounds now are ending where they're back on the site behind Dice on Optimus and losing there.
If anything, you know, the most forward positions we've seen from Gambit felt to me like Hobbit's connector plays.
Yeah. And for some reason, okay, yeah, Shiro will have an op. So another thing was that we didn't see Shiro opping in bathrooms almost any of these rounds. Most of the time it was Axile taking contact, falling back. And by that point, I mean, NiP are like, yeah, well, if Shiro's not going to be here, then why don't we go ahead and exec on the A site?
Do get that more forward bathrooms play. It's Shiro on long with the sniper. And Axile, again, just kind of floating within it. Three-man defense here on B. We've got jump spots going over. We've got Rez getting dangerously close. Love to just pry into this B site and catch somebody, but Hobbit's here. And Hobbit's been sharp. Timing within the silence. Ooh, flash thrown over, and a smoke in response of that. So Gambit just looking to burn down some of the time here. And Axile's been left to his own. Shiro's moved all the way back to site.
It's a key flash with some pressure to try to draw out some utility, but Gambit were pretty smart, not using anything just then. We go down to 45, and there's enough map control here for NiP to perform a hit on the B side if they'd like to, but 3 CTs wait them.
Oh, Hobbit in the open though, so the trade frags at least made easy for Rez. Oh, no,
Wow.
excuse me, that was Inter standing on the front. Hobbit had taken the chance to fall back ever so slightly, and that's gonna bode well for him. Still alive, man advantage. Rotation downwards as well from Shiro, and an inevitable flank from Axile through Connector. So really Gambit getting all of their pieces in place. It's just about landing the shots now. Hobbit jumps over, just playing so mobile within this defense that phzy probably feels swarmed at the moment. He's got 8 seconds, and Axile with Hobbit both going to attack on the flank, just charging down because they knew they could. That is numbers advantage.
Yeah, that's well done. Amazing shots from Hobbit, and yeah, they want to get into the B site, but there are 3 riflers there all ready to take their fight, so that was the biggest problem. NiP, it's kind of going back and forth, right? No team looks incredibly perfect right now. Just the rounds they're winning either look so much better than their opponents, but it's impossible to tell who's going to win the next one. Another up in play for Shiro. Of course, he just carries it forward. Didn't have to use it that round, is what I meant to say. And for NiP, they have enough money to buy. Attack pause will be called as they go to talk about things. And, I mean, they can still pretty much do anything. I mean, I don't think there's really a wrong play. They've got some good A-site hits that came out in the late round. They've been doing a good job of not getting opt, which is huge. And they can always still try B if they'd like to. Still untested pretty much on all fronts, if you ask me.
Hobbit was really let loose on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Attacks from the side of water. Peeks through the bomb site, jumps onto it, jumps over it, runs through smoke.
They actually didn't have, they're just half investing.
Okay. Well, maybe a marked improvement from the Vertigo decisions.
Yeah, funnily enough, I thought they should just buy. But yeah, they didn't have quite that much money.
Yeah, they're still trying to crunch the numbers. So Galil for Plopski, who I think has had a much slower start to some of his previous maps. Had some good showings on Ancient, had some good moments doing his solo B shenanigans over on Vertigo. But the hot and cold duality here from Plopski is not going to help on Overpass. Maybe this is his round with the Galil to kind of pop off. Lots of utility at the very least for the Ninjas in Pajamas, and that's something that they were playing with their, call it smart or not buys on Vertigo.
This is a much better, I think, A setup for them to work with. More classic position here between Axile and Shiro.
Plus Nafany on site. Just that little bit more of a support, especially keeping eyes at a distance down long. Shiro will have to kill Rez if he comes around the corner. And it's Axile onto the bathroom side. But Axile actually gives up the connector, and that's going to cost him. Shiro hits the leg shot, sidearms out.
What?
Oh, he still gets it. But meanwhile, bomb site's under pressure. Nafany down as Hampus connects the Deagle through the side of the smoke. Axile push forward. And off the back of that, it compromises the setup. So suddenly we do have NiP just forcing their way into this A site. And it's still a winnable retake. By no stretch of the imagination, we've got the Incendiary now thrown from Inters to clear the corner of the truck. And that allows for Hobbit to just stay straight-eyed forward. Bomb site completely evacuated here. They fall back instead to try and grab those weapons, but a smoke comes over top the dice box, and phzy finds Inter's beauty of a timing, leaving Hobbit stranded in a 1v3 clutch. Now, there's nowhere for him to run, so he tries to fight, and it's good night. NiP, with just 1 Galil and 4 pistols, force their way through what was a 3-man setup on A.
Yeah, that was, like you mentioned, Axile in that position decided to take the fight that Shiro maybe should have taken first. He still wins it, but he opens himself up to Divider, and Shiro cannot cover deep into Divider. Well, he could if he moved off to the right and took that angle, but he wasn't in that position, and Axile knew it. So for whatever reason, He gives it a shot. It doesn't work out. Shiro almost is able to get 3 players there between his op shot to the legs and USP, but even he wasn't good enough to pull that off. And now that puts Gambit in an interesting spot. They're the ones who have to force down. Inter's on an XM 1014.
Nicely done. AKA the noob tube.
And Shiro still opping, which is great. But not the best map so far.
Hobbit.
Little dolphin peak.
He's capable with the CZ, and Axile will make that A1S work. A fallback as well, because Plopski was, as you can see, fired off from the trade. So maybe you just let Hobbit evacuate the connector, and what's the call? We're gonna go playing around for bathrooms. You think this is an attempt to go finish off Axile? Because he's at one point top connector, but now he's gone.
Yeah, just make sure he's not there. A little bit more damage on Hobbit. Hanging on by a thread. Oh, I think Plopski either heard that or saw it. Oh, and still can't finish the kill. 3 CTs here. He only knows about one of them. Oh no, Inters goes down to the back of the site. Plopski is unleashed.
Yeah, the other 2 are lit. And even with Hobbit on low HP, he still managed an additional kill. So there it is, Plopski. He will get his impact. You know, I alluded to the slower start, but that was a crucial one. Clears the shotgun from up close, chases down Hobbit while he was dropping his teammates, and that is enough to convince Gambit to concede.
Wow.
Because, remember, they come in with lesser guns, so yes, they lose this round, but keep what you invested, get your economy back beneath you, but it's going to be a tough pill to swallow if you are on the side of Gambit, because that, my friends, is a 3-round lead
again,
to NiP.
Again, they're doing a good job of not getting opt. You got to appreciate the uptick in explosiveness recently with their T-side explodes, and yeah, Gambit are just not making them look bad at all, and I feel like that's very uncharacteristic. But, you know, unlike the previous maps where it was like one team is playing worse, I mean, this is just more so NiP doing a great job. And again, winning Overpass, it's not going to be easy, but in a map veto situation, you know, you're always going to play to your strengths. Even if the other team is supposed to be way better than you, if Overpass is your home map, you play Overpass. And right now, they're playing some of their best. phzy will pick up the up on T side. Another timeout called here for Gambit. And a not so great buy, I feel like.
Ninja's doing what others could not. I think, you know, Maui really hammered home the lopsidedness of Gambit's Overpass performances. A 16-2 over Liquid at the Blast World Final to end 2021. 16-6 over Entropic. These are teams that are no slouches on Overpass. And now NiP, more rounds than both of those teams in the very first half. And on the T side of all places, with a very real chance even of grabbing another one right here, right now. The 12th does not look good for the buy of Gambit. 3 weapons saved and 3 weapons in. Nothing else to surround the pieces they held onto.
Okay, with this particular idea, we saw them struggle a little bit, and Axel, wow, that's clean rifling. He'll get away with that one.
Again.
1 of 3 guns, yeah, and Hobbit will now move in, which means there's actually a chance to, you know, get a free kill back, but Hobbit smartly will receive no armor for him.
Good spam.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll take some damage on short presence. 5v4 again, not quite as meaningful.
Gotta be careful though, knowing that op could peek out Monster.
Obviously to us, looks like A is once again the better idea, but they might not know about Shiro and where he is. However, Hampus is starting to suss out the situation and is chasing Axel back, even though Axel doesn't know it.
Hobbit goes for the peek. That's the 2 USPs and a missed shot from Shiro.
Ooh.
No chance as Rez rocks his world. Clean headshot on the Opper. Famas trying to come in from the heavens, but that's also been confirmed. And they know that Axile was once upon a time from connector back to A. So sure enough, the ninjas in pajamas, round after round, piecing this together.
They could have definitely lost the round over towards B, but some great entries. Of course, it was the USPs that were up front, so that made it a little bit easier. But Shiro's not hitting those absolutely insane frags when he needs to right now.
Right. This would be the map to do it.
Yeah. I mean, this would be a pretty sizable upset.
For sure.
You know, best of 3 over Gambit, and with the map veto going the way that it did.
create a lot of questions around, I think, Gambit's ability at the start of this year.
Shout out to these entries from Rez, man. Sharp with these shots here on T side. Sometimes we call it Overpass.
Since when?
So his bathrooms holds.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually one of the top bathrooms players, I would say.
Okay, okay. Thought we called it Olaf. Olaf boost. Olaf, what was... Damn it. I didn't say anything, guys, okay?
How new are you right now? How new are you?
It's been a while, dude.
Olaf, didn't he fire defuse on this map?
Let's just forget I said anything.
Olaf Meister, Boostmeister.
That's it.
Olaf Pass. No, Olaf Pass is the right term.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Sounded like you had glasses on.
I do. And I can't see without them. But even with my glasses, I can't see an easy road forward for Gambit. This round will start with a 5v4, so...
These M4 timings and stairs, they just take like one random dry peek.
And it works.
They always win, yeah.
This shot from Shiro, but understandable. A little mini flick plus the flashbang to make things harder. But
dude, stop saying miss shot from Shiro. It can't be true.
Miss shot from Shiro.
It can't be true.
Miss shot from Shiro.
You said it like 4 or 5 times this game. There's no way that's possible.
Well, I wouldn't say it if he could
hit a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hampus, you thought... at least this time hampus made the jump.
Yeah.
But Axile's still there to topple his hopes. 3 versus 5, NiP, not so easy this time in the 13th. They're still happy with the performance. Axile's going to push forward.
Oh, not bad. Okay. Phuz with his 4th.
Didn't miss a shot.
Yeah, but okay, we're walking back to B.
Yes, we are.
Time is coming down.
Yes,
now, they did get an important kill at A, right? So they can scare NiP again. I mean, they can scare Gambit again. They've done some stuff in the late situations, but Shiro, he can't miss this one. He won't. There's no way. It's impossible.
Nails it. Massive shadow advantage, and on top of it, Rez is found out. Esatag tries to run in, and this one just fizzles out. So we have a 5th for the Gambit side, but 5 CT round wins on a map that they are supposed to blow NiP out of the water.
Seriously. Tell me how Hobbit is, 128 ADR and they only have 5 rounds.
Because Shiro's been missing shots.
Stop saying that.
No, but it is...
Heresy.
It tends to be an essential piece of the Overpass success, right? We looked at this repertoire from Gambit on Overpass, and we look and say, like, oh, they can do so many things on this map because each of their individuals, there's like a collective success. Well, it's only Hobbit who's collecting kills.
Him and Axa, I feel like in stairs, taking turns maybe, but yeah, that's about it. Watch, he's gonna get another one right here. 3,
yes, he does.
2, 1.
1, 1,
and
1. Called it.
Wow.
Finds Plopski. Looks for another one here, but that one's a bit too much to handle. Rez, nicely done. Looks for the wallbang because in response, these CTs scrambled inside the site. phzy's trying to find someone. Oh. Nice little flick. And we saw it last round too.
God damn.
As he emerged from bathrooms and with a disadvantage.
Does he know? He like knows someone's over here behind the pillar. But Shiro up to bat. Listen, they win this round, it'll be because Shiro's here, so.
Enters, moves a little closer. There is an incendiary there on the ground for him to pick up.
So close, my God.
But it rolled. It rolled away.
Physics.
Slight western wind.
It's a timely flank from Axile. This is just the right amount of information in this position. Obviously, NiP are about to exec. Axile will be a touch late on the flank, and he's actually coming via stairs, so still chance for NiP to win. And they, they're in a pretty good spot, but yeah. Heavy defense.
Empty-handed. We've seen Shiro here drop chances. Axile will get into the mix timely enough. And he's pinned into this, but Shiro gonna land that close-range shot. He's got a player up above him. Esatag, Kumba stomps, and that's Axile with, again, just perfect timing. Oh! 1, 2, 3 from Axile. Crucial multi-kill here to give Gambit their 6th.
Damn.
And I thought maybe he'd be a bit too late to the party, but he got it through the doors of Connector.
Yes.
Just in the nick of time.
I thought he was going to go for the long flank too, yeah. So well done from Axile. Right there when you need him.
And even if Shiro's not able to get more than 1 kill, because of the smoke above him and Esatag needing to jump down to get the better of him, it creates a good chance for Axile to just push forward, close that distance. and close that round on top.
Nice attempt from phzy. Great shot from him. And a quick one from Shiro. And yeah, a critical one as well, you know. Felt like today maybe Shiro misses that, but he's got the clutch gene. And round 15 will be very telling. I can't help but feel like every single round is so imperative at the moment just because of how close this game already is.
With a solid T-side coming from Gambit, Ninjas would love to just bag a 9th right here, right now. Mac 10 limitation for Plopski. It's phzy and Rez. They've been the heavier hands for NiP in the first 15. Hobbit back to the connector where he does what he does.
You know, Hobbit's getting his. I actually can't believe how little utility he's had to use, and he's been alone.
Yeah.
No escape plan really, and he's just been able to get one kill, not die.
And he's the backbone of Gambit.
Yeah.
Especially in high pressure moments and important games. But he keeps his head tucked, and as he comes back out atop, it's a fall away from Rez. He gets by him.
Yeah. Now Hobbit definitely only sees one person, so it looks like their plan. We'll see if it works.
Whoa.
Oh,
Good
there it
move
is.
by Hobbit. Inter's burning. Plopski's going to be able to get him out from behind the barrels. Nafany, quiet game and a big chance, but Hobbit, nice, perfectly timed. Arrives on the short side of B. That's 21 kills for Hobbit at the end of the first half, and a good little recovery from Gambit going into the second half.
Tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of what you wanna say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. Take me down, leave me lost and found.
So the Ninjas in Pajamas, they're par for the course. They've done what they needed to in the first 15, and now it's time to close, not just on top of a map that nobody seems to be able to touch Gambit on, but within this best of 3. A series to begin Katowice over top the reigning champs. No easy feat from the Ninjas in Pajamas.
The odds were 6-1 at one point during the first map, so things have really changed. Feelings have really changed, and with NiP in the lead, I can't feel like mine have as well. So I don't know. The second half will truly be competitive. I can totally see this game going to round 30. Let's see what Gambit can do to pull this back.
Hampus, Rez gets the headshot. A little bit of smoke here for phzy to work through, and it's okay. Rez soon to be attacked from the back, but luckily he's got phzy to cover him. So things are going great. NiP, they're gonna take pistol.
Wow.
And Gambit, you know, they win 2 out of 3 pistol rounds on Overpass.
Yeah.
2 out of 3. And in this game, Mohan, they've won neither.
Like they win 66% in total? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
At least over the last 7 maps. 6
That's
maps.
usually.
That's usually.
But not today.
Not today.
It's a new day, my boy.
And in this day, we still have Hobbit clearly above everybody else, 21 kills. We got Axile behind him at 13. Need I remind you, although it may sting for the Gambit fans, we've got 3 of their members on less than 10 kills.
What?
Yeah.
And
While
next you're
Hobbit's-
going to say one of them is Shiro.
It is. I didn't need to say it, it was implied. But I'll make it loud and clear that Shiro has been absent in terms of impact here on map 3. Now, everybody should be absent of impact because Gambit just have pistols, and these aren't the Tech 9s, the P250s, nor the Deagles. It's Glocks.
What more can I do?
Glocks. MP9s are automatic Glocks.
If they win this round, you're gonna give away a knife.
Okay.
You know, if there's any team that would sweat hard enough to maybe have a chance on a round like this,
should be Gambit. Yeah, we saw it on Ancient when they were just trying to play like the most out of every single round. It's what they do. You think they're just gonna roll over, take this defeat? No. Screaming, kicking, clawing. That's their route. But nice little headshot here from Rez. The push through the bathrooms. Rez with the 3K. Hampus the jumping MP9.
Rez is cooking.
Axile 1v5.
Legend has it that when Rez is sitting in the bathrooms and the toilet flushes, he gets 4 kills.
Flushing Gambit down the toilet this round. They find nothing. Little bits of damage, but that's it. Didn't even cost them all their utility, Launders.
Okay, what is the magnitude of this upset? If we, in the context of big, okay, it's not Na'Vi losing to MIBR.
No,
Yeah.
no, definitely not. I think that the context of this upset would be increased in the sense that, you know, Prof brought it up on the desk. There has been and continues to be this conversation of Gambit on LAN, Gambit online.
Yeah.
First, you know, proper LAN of the event with all the teams here, and Gambit lose to NiP, a team that just got through the play-in, haven't been looking fantastic, are not fielding their star player. You know, Gambit are meant to be the Na'Vi upset, right? They're supposed to be unraveling the crown, but they're dying to FAMAS's and MP9s as they try to push short B. This is huge, I think, in terms of upsets.
Yeah, certainly feels that way.
And especially when Hobbit's delivering what he's supposed to. An integral piece of Gambit's success.
You mentioned this about, you know, Hobbit and LAN and stuff, and honestly, in their, you know, games where they lose to Na'Vi, where it was LAN, where they were like 7-2 up in online series and stuff, versus Na'Vi, and they lose to Na'Vi in a LAN environment. It was that they all kind of played badly, but Hobbit played the least badly. Like, he dropped off the lowest amount compared to his other teammates. That was the big thing. And we know, of course, you know, major LAN champs, so that is almost expected.
Ooh, nice wall bang.
Oh, that's annoying.
But
pest control is here.
Right, yeah, phzy shows up. Nafty will slip out from long A, so that's something for the T side, but the Incendiary actually bounces back into the face of the Bathrooms player. Shiro will still round the corner of long, maybe give it a bit too much room. Hampus can't handle it. He runs forward through the fire, jumping MP9 again, and then Plopski just barrel stuffs Inters with the SMG for NiP's 11th round win.
Yo, Hampus says, hey, you got a low sense? God damn. Well, that was actually, first of all, very nice kill from phzy to cover to Rez, and then Rez got the other one. That made things difficult. I was wondering when Rez would die, though, you know, facing forward. He had no one covering him on long, but they had enough things in place. Dude, I mean, this is, yeah, 3-round game, another eco. Writing's on the wall, that's all I'm gonna say. I didn't write it, but it's there.
Just reading it. Speaking it. Willing it into existence. Despite Gambit's best efforts, they'll find themselves on Deagles here as NiP look to take that 5-round lead. You know, now it's no longer just Hobbit serving as a landmine, sitting inside connector, waiting for somebody to give him something to pull on. It's him looking for something, looking for impact, while his teammates, majority of which are struggling. But they are definitely still giving him some room to work. He gets eyes and angles into the B site, falls away empty-handed. phzy just going to show us a nice quick flick, denies Axile any chance, and that's really been Hobbit's right-hand man.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, and this phzy will be interesting to watch play with Rez. I don't know if I've watched that. Have you? With Rez on NiP? I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but I can't remember if we've watched that one take place. But that'll be an interesting dynamic, especially if phzy's playing well, because we know Rez is right now too.
Pieces starting to come together.
Damn, he's just trying to get this $500 ace.
Yeah, make it easy. Make it nice and easy.
They're honestly happy to get opt, but
all the All the spacing, all the pushing. And I feel like, you know, we talk about phzy coming into the roster as somebody who's super confident. His teammates recognize that confidence. He lost it.
You know what? I asked him when we were doing content at this event, and he said, no, I'm not that confident. That was pretty funny. But yeah, when basically, for those who missed it, Plopski said, I've never seen anybody more confident than him in the server, in the context of the server. But he said, you know, for himself, he is nervous and he is like working on things. But he wanted to put his best foot forward when it comes to confidence.
For sure.
And make sure, because it was reference to another interview where he did at IEM Winter. He's like, you know, if I come in and play and try to play like Device and not be myself, I'm not going to get anything done. So he's been very smart about it.
Well, we'll see if those easy anti-eco kills can kind of bolster that confidence. He's got Shiro on the other end, but in terms of op impact, you know, head to head, you put your expectations on freaking Shiro, and phzy's just going to make him look like a chump.
Let's go.
Insta-kill as he tries to round the corner of the playground. phzy.
Okay, phzy.
Yeah,
okay, buddy.
Holding down the long way so that Rez can just keep this bathroom's control and allow for phzy to double back, joining an additional CT inside of sight. phzy will get caught by Hobbit. He's the hottest piece of this Gambit T side. Hell, of this Gambit overpass. But hampus doubles back, and Rez all the while unknown to the other side as 13 rounds secured for NiP.
What is going on? Yo, phzy, first of all, he gets the kill, has a better angle versus Shiro. That's a point right there. Then he falls back, but understands that he's got such a journey to get around the corner that he could get traded. And instead of just jumping away and trying to frantically get out of that fight, he says, all right, I might get peeked. Let's just be calm, crouch, chill, and that fight comes. He walks right into it. Beautiful on Nafany, and he's got some teammates banging on the A side as well. And Rez the entire time was not tested, sitting there in the top of bathrooms. 13-7,
Right.
And another a pistol round.
I mean, you talk about.
Oh, sorry, no, they have money. Okay.
You talk about the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
I suppose if we look back to the start of the year for NiP, again, to contextualize in bigger picture, they lost only 16-14 to Na'Vi at the start of the year for the Blast Spring groups. But that was a Na'Vi that also lost to MIBR. So maybe that result, you know, that close game doesn't really bolster our confidence in this lineup. They also got smashed by OG 16-4. But despite those shortcomings, it has been pretty much Overpass as NiP's hope. They've played this map 5 times already so far this year. And yet this result would be wild. Need I remind you, Gambit's record in the last 6 months, 11-2. But Plopski and hampus locking down the B site just as the Ninjas tried to push their way inwards. And Inters is going to use that as an invitation to retreat because his teammates will call him to the action. Now, these are the 3 pieces of Gambit that we have put under question. They have as many kills each as Gambit have round wins.
And phzy's up to bat again.
Exactly. Finding a bit of timing, shaves off Nafany. No other peek comes through from Gambit, as it was Shiro still tucked in the corner and without his trusty op. phzy definitely starting to get some impact here in the later rounds of the CT side. NiP shooting for the 14th, the collateral through the wall. That's a warning sign to Gambit. You want this bomb site? Come and get it. Because phzy's gonna stand straight in the center as hampus.
What? No scope! Jumping! Oh, man, and that's on top of him having a hell of a second half already. That's actually insane.
That's just nonsense.
That's crazy.
Absolute and utter nonsense.
Man, that's, what are they on, 14 now?
Yep.
Man, that's crazy.
Jumping, no scope.
It would be phzy.
Off of
and
boxes.
he is willing to try stuff like that. That's the thing about him.
Remember he was playing versus G2. He's standing underpass on Mirage, trying to jump shot Nico 8 times in a row.
Right.
He didn't let that stop him from trying it again.
That's why Plopski talks about him, man. phzy's still going, man.
Bro, this boulder's
guy's
rolling.
a machine.
Yet again, anti-eco kills, but that's what we saw from him over on Long A. You know, he gets the anti-ecos into the important moment. Yet again, on that A site, just destroying Gambit. This is wild. Nades on top of it. Dude, NiP, they can do no wrong.
It's literally not even close.
Gambit are getting dumpstered.
That's nuts.
Gambit, in their 11-2 record on Overpass, have a 50% T round win percent, and it's just not here today.
I could play Ancient, maybe have more faith in their Overpass. Very scary from NiP.
Rez welcomes them in. This feels more of like a technicality than anything else. CT side, they can taste victory. Oh, and hampus gonna end it from the back line. The Ninjas in Pajamas on the cusp of celebration, on the brink of victory with 8 map and match points over top of Gambit.
That's ridiculous.
On a map that nobody touches Gambit on.
Yeah, no plants coming in, no post-plant situations, no more clutch attempts from Gambit. That Inter's 1v3 feels like years ago. And Shiro has honestly been absent compared to phzy, which is not a storyline that I ever thought was ever going to take place.
Insane.
Yeah, there's been a number of eco kills, but we also had phzy with a very impactful round with his op, taking out Shiro as well to start things off, allowing NiP to snowball to this point. I thought with Gambit there was going to be no easy sights.
Right?
Yeah, and with NiP that's the case.
Man, no wonder NiP just wanted to get Vertigo over with. They had this in store for us.
Yeah.
Final attempt maybe from Gambit. A T side that has shown us nothing. Not a single round win since they've swapped sides. Not a single bomb plant since they have swapped sides. This is as flat as it gets. And that's shocking. Consider who we talk about here. This is unprecedented defeat for Gambit on Overpass if NiP can finish it cleanly.
Before it was their opponents that couldn't get 7 rounds. Now it's them.
Close, good trade from Tag, but Hobbit will find him from Connector. We've got a man advantage. We've got something, a lifeline, a chance. However slight. Great time for Rez to also have an excellent game. But Hobbit.
phzy gets down on the B site.
Yeah.
So, but how do they read in the situation? You never know where hampus is going to be, and right now he's floating. He'll grab one in the back, and Nafany shows that he's leaning towards the B site, but the CTs are way too slow in this spot. So, an opportunity for Gambit to make this one just a round longer.
At least 1 round longer.
I mean, they could still lose this position. It would be so unlikely, but look who's coming close.
Yeah, so much money.
All right.
Shiro's going to make it all the more difficult, but is it R-easy? 1v3, like it's nothing, as he shuts down Hobbit, who again created this opening, and it's been a slow game for the last 2 players standing. Rez, he's got the smoke, he's got the flash, he's got the kit, and you know he's got the confidence. Time still on his side, bomb not even halfway gone yet. Piecing together the positions, and he almost snaps it into Inters, but there is a saving grace. There is a hope, there is an opening. Gambit with their first T round win.
Yeah, it's kind of like at least we get 1 good round right now out of Gambit. And this one is pretty solid. Grabbing all the frags in the default. It's a 7-round match. Time for everyone to sit upright. Perfect crosshair placement for Maxal allows him to get that kill on Plopski. Full flashed.
But again, this is Hobbit. Hobbit opens in Connector. Hobbit punishes down on B site.
Yeah.
Hobbit, Hobbit, Hobbit.
Yeah, it's actually unreal the amount of kills he has compared to the amount of rounds they have. And this is the really slow version of this boost. They'll still get here in time, it looks like. Oh, maybe. Oh, the train. The lovely, lovely train.
Oh, man. Choo-choo.
Someone called Dawn.
Fuming. Well, good idea. Would have been an awesome way to get the 5v4. But instead, we're at the minute mark, and there's really nothing here for Gambit to write home about just yet. It'll go uncontested on bathrooms, party, Connector, and outside B.
They're going to let Gambit take as much map control as they want, knowing the round's going to take a while. And honestly, I feel like that's the better idea. NiP doing anything aggressive is fine because they have rounds to play with, but I think, we've seen Gambit run into time trouble on some of these slow rounds. It might just be a good idea to see if that works first. And this smoke is so far off. phzy immediately disrespects it, sees nothing, and they're is a setup right now on B that is dedicated into the most anchored spots possible. They are ready for a monster hit to come their way, and that's what they're about to get.
2 players to the right side of the monster. Nafany, though, could serve up a bit of an issue. Maybe he slips through this. Either way, it's going to be big impact down on the B side. Hobbit. But hampus! He drops bomb. Doesn't anticipate the third player. phzy! Headshot up close.
He's still alive.
Could be all they need. He locks it down on the B site, and NiP have pulled it off. Nafany lost in the sauce as phzy stands upon the victory lane.
God damn.
Handing them their worst loss on Overpass in quite some time. The ninjas in pajamas. They tried it on Vertigo. They kept it somewhat close. They ran back a massive CT side on Ancient, and they've done it.